On Iceland's southern coast lies one of the world's most dangerous beaches. This beach is also one of Iceland's most photographed and visited natural landmarks. Jet black sand, tall cliffs, and perfect rows of basalt columns rising like a stone wall from the shore. For years, this place has drawn travelers from around the world. But today, something has changed. Reynisfjara Beach is disappearing, at least in the form people have known it. Over the past few weeks, the beach has reported a shocking transformation. Strong winds and heavy sea currents have swept away large sections of the famous black sand. What was once a wide, walkable shoreline has in many places shrunk to a narrow strip. Some areas that visitors once explored freely are now cut off or considered unsafe. According to the Iceland-based non-profit arcticportal.org, recent weeks of uncontrollable ocean activity have caused extensive erosion, dramatically changing both the appearance and accessibility of the beach. To understand why this is such a big deal, we need to understand what makes Reynisfjara special in the first place. The beach sits at the base of Reynisfjall mountain and faces the powerful North Atlantic Ocean. Its sand is pitch black because Iceland is a volcanic island. Over thousands of years, lava cooled and broke down into fine, dark grains. Behind the beach stand towering basalt columns. These are tall, hexagonal rock formations created when volcanic lava cooled slowly and cracked in geometric patterns. Just offshore, dramatic sea stacks rise from the ocean, making this mystical landscape. Reynisfjara is also part of the Katla UNESCO Global Geopark, an area internationally recognized for its unique geology shaped by both fire and ice. This coastline is in many ways a living record of Iceland's natural history. But Iceland's beauty has always come with danger. Travel portal Visit Iceland describes Reynisfjara as one of the country's most dangerous destinations. The beach is known for sneaker waves. These are sudden, powerful surges of water that rush much farther up the shore than expected. These waves have swept people into the sea in the past. Several lives have been lost here, including a fatal incident as recently as the summer of 2025. Warning signs and viewing platforms were installed over the years to reduce the risk. Now, the recent erosion has added a new layer of concern. Local guides described the change as something they had never seen happen so quickly in their 10 years of guiding. Areas where visitors once walked comfortably are now cut by steep erosion banks. The basalt columns, which used to stand at the top of the sandy beach, now appear to rise almost directly out of the ocean. The protective layer of sand at the base has been stripped away. Some tourists, curious to see the changes up close, have been climbing down these newly formed ridges to reach the water. But guides are warning that this can be extremely dangerous. If waves suddenly grow stronger or the tide comes in, it becomes nearly impossible to climb back up the steep sand walls that erosion has created. So what exactly is causing all this? The root cause lies in an unusual shift in wind patterns this winter. According to experts at the Icelandic Road Administration, easterly winds have dominated this season. Normally, the prevailing winds along Iceland's south coast blow from the southwest. Those winds typically carry sand eastward, helping maintain beaches like Reynisfjara. But this winter, the pattern changed. Persistent easterly winds pushed sand westward instead. And here is where geography plays a crucial role. Reynisfjall mountain projects far out into the sea, acting like a natural barrier. When sand moves west along the coast, it gets trapped against the mountain. As a result, Reynisfjara does not receive fresh sand from the east to replace what the ocean is constantly washing away. In simple terms, the beach has been losing sand and not getting new sand in return. At the same time, powerful winter storms have sent high-energy waves directly towards the shoreline. These waves have accelerated the erosion, scooping up sand and pulling it out to sea or redistributing it elsewhere along the coast. Coastal erosion is not new in Iceland. The island was shaped by volcanic eruptions, glaciers, and the relentless force of the Atlantic Ocean. Change is part of its natural cycle. Beaches can shrink and later rebuild depending on wind direction, wave energy, and sediment supply. The big question now is whether the sand will return. Experts say it all depends on future wind and wave patterns. If the winds shift back to their usual southwesterly direction, sand may once again move eastward and replenish the beach. But there are no guarantees. The winter is not fully over, and low-pressure systems crossing the Atlantic have recently been tracking further south than usual, influencing wind direction in unexpected ways. For now, Reynisfjara looks very different from the postcard image many travelers recognize. The landscape has changed in a matter of weeks. Despite the risks and the erosion, the beach remains one of Iceland's most visited attractions. It lies along the country's famous ring road and gained even more global attention after appearing as a filming location north of the wall in the television series Game of Thrones. Iceland is often described as the land of fire and ice. But what is happening at Reynisfjara is more than a local story. It shows how sensitive natural systems are to shifts in weather patterns. A single reason of unusual winds can reshape a coastline that took centuries to form. That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you in the next episode with more raging issues. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Munun Paracharya signing off. Take care and stay safe.